Hola, Milers. This is Beverly coming to you with part two of the unboxing, if you will, of my Instant Pot Pro that I will be using a lot, actually. This is my preferred way to cook. And like I said in video number one, this particular model will help me to meal prep and think ahead before going to the grocery store. And in that case, it is really, really great for those of us who are on a budget and want to make sure that our dollars count, or in my instance, pesos. And I promised that I would show you some of the accessories that I have purchased and some that are old, trusty dusties. Okay, I will lift the lid to show you that in my older model, I purchased this particular stacking set for pot cooking. And this thing is a wonder. Again, stainless steel, food grade vessels. I even use these to, sometimes I eat from them. Sometimes I reheat food in these vessels inside the Instant Pot. Sometimes I even use them like as a great little popcorn. This makes a nice serving of popcorn for my purposes in snacking overall. But I think I've had this set for over 4 years, and you can see the quality is unmatched. No problems with them. They are mirrored, so this one came in a stack of 3. There's another one in the bottom here. And what's great about this is that you'll see, I'll do not a step-by-step, but I'll show you some stages where I am making something that is what I call a stackable dinner, where I can cook 2 or 3 things all at once. While if I'm cooking rice, I might as well have meat, or maybe I can have in another vessel some vegetables. And you can see that they're great for storing your food. There's a solid lid, or this set even came with a perforated lid where you could do some steaming. So that is what I'll be using to do pot cooking and baking. With that set, it is lovely. It has served me well for all of this time. So let's put that on. Oh, and I wanted to show you, this is also old. I think when I still lived in the States and had my original Instant Pot, I saw these one time at the Dollar Tree and picked them up because I knew that this was a silicone mitt. And the silicone mitts are great for anything, but especially this size for the Instant Pot, for lifting things out. And at that time, I had the old Instant Pot that did not have handles, and I used it to lift the inner pot out. But this new Pro model, the inner pot comes with handles that are already silicone included, and it just makes it easier. But if you're lifting things out of the inside of the pot that are very hot, these little mitts come handy, and I bought them for $1 at the Dollar Tree. But again, that was when the Dollar Tree still had things for $1, and that was 5 or 6, maybe 7 years ago. Okay, so that's that. And there are more accessories that I would like to show you. My lovely little curtains that have traveled well with me. These were originally in my Miles was my camper van that I stayed in for 1 year as I prepared to come to Mexico. Okay, so down here are some other, this is the original trivet that came with the Instant Pot, but I told you in my first unboxing that I would buy a better trivet, which would be great. Like, let's say I have rice in the bottom of the Instant Pot. This could go in, and then I could stack something on top, because this one is not good for stacking. It's great. The original trivet is good if you just want to put maybe something in there, or maybe you're just cooking a cake and you put the cake pan in there, and then you can lift it out, or just as a flat, to just cook one thing. But these are great because you can stack either short or taller, and everything must serve a dual purpose. So as you can see, you can also boil your eggs in this little trivet. It's really, really, that's why I purchased this one, so that I could stack things and lift it above my first food, and then cook a second food. Here's another little handy dandy that you can buy online or at Walmart. This one comes in handy because there's a lid for storing food, and of course you've got your grater for vegetables, and then of course a finer part for garlic or even for slicing. And I love that because whatever you're slicing will go to the bottom of this particular utensil, and then you can store it or just take this off, clean it, and then if you have extra, if let's say you grated some cheese on here, you would grate it, remove the grater, and then keep the cheese in here already shredded up. Okay, so this is coming in handy because again, it's multi-purpose, and I like the fact that I can use this bowl, this little plastic bowl would be great for lots of things, but I do need this as a grater, and I like the fact that there's a little catch-all where I don't have to worry, everything falls right into the little bowl there. Okay, so I'll try to show you in stages something that I'll be using the inner pots for pot and pot cooking, because today I'm making kind of like bell peppers and quinoa. So let's get started with that. This is a recipe that will be cooking in the Instant Pot for stuffed bell peppers and quinoa. The recipe calls for olive oil, of course. In here, this is 1 red onion, minced. Here, 3 garlic cloves, minced. Here, 1 jalapeno, minced. Seeded and minced, I should say. And then here, 1 bell pepper, seeded and chopped. This container has 1 teaspoon of cumin. Here we have 1 teaspoon of, this is garlic flavored and chili, chipotle flavored garlic powder. So we'll add this along with the cumin to give it the kind of like a little chili flavor. I just love oregano in everything, so this is a ½ teaspoon of oregano. I'll do like a dash of cayenne pepper, and then of course some prepared salsa to deglaze the pot once the meat has cooked through. And this is my favorite. You can use any salsa you want. I just happen to use this one, it's mild. And 1 cup of frozen vegetables that has like carrots, a little bit of onion, some corn, and a little bit of zucchini, and 1 cup of quinoa, to which I will add, I think 3/4 cup of water. And then we've got 2 medium-sized bell peppers, I should say, and they're seeded and cut in half. We also have, of course, a pound of ground beef. Let's go ahead and turn the Instant Pot on. And when you turn it on pressure cook, you'll see the display panel. So we'll go ahead and choose. For this one, actually, I'm going to start with saute. And we'll put that on high pressure because we want to cook the meat through, saute our vegetables, and this does a really good job of that. So we'll select, and the default is 30 minutes. And let's go ahead and click start on that. And we'll wait for it to get high. So actually when the pot says hot, that's when you want to add your meat. So it's preheating. While it's preheating, I don't mind. I'll go ahead and put the oil in and let it start. All right. Almost ready. The pot is almost hot. Almost. That's what we wanted to hear, the beat. So now we can saute the onion. Okay. You can hear that wonderful sizzle. That pepper, and I want to add that jalapeno. Always wash your hands after you chop jalapeno and heat it, because if you accidentally wipe your eyes, you will be in trouble. Okay? Give that until they're softened, and then we'll add the ground beef. And remember that your beef will render some fat that is very useful for these vegetables as well. Once I add the beef, I'll add my garlic. I don't want that garlic to get toasted. I just want it to be flavorful. It's already minced, so it will blend into the ground beef nicely. This already smells so good. Okay, what we're going to do is go ahead and add this beef all at once. All right. And start breaking that up down into those vegetables. You'll see a little bit of that steam coming up. Oh my goodness, yeah. I love fresh. I used red onion. You can use white onion, and this is what I had on hand. So I used a red onion instead of a white sweet onion. We'll break that meat and let that brown nicely. And now I'm ready to add the garlic. The author of this recipe calls it a double-decker, because you can put everything in the pot all at once and cook more than one thing. So you want to really take advantage of the fact that you can saute and then leave the meat. And what we'll do is use part of that meat mixture into the awaiting bell peppers. Let that cook down. Okay, I'll let that brown, and when it gets brown, then we'll stuff part of this mixture into our bell peppers. Okay, that meat has browned nicely. Smells so good. I have not even had to remove any fat. This is 80-20, so the vegetables soaked up whatever tablespoon there was. But notice a feature of this is the little bits on the bottom, which we love. So what we'll do is deglaze the bottom of the pot using some of that salsa, some kind of liquid, and oh yeah, see, it's scooping up. You want all of those bits that stick to the bottom. So I'm just going through and scraping, because that will render some delicious flavor. That's what you want to happen. So that's a nice feature, is that when everything is sauteing, you just go through and scrape. Okay, so now we'll also add our frozen vegetables. We'll add the cumin, chipotle flavored garlic, just a pinch or maybe 2 dashes of cayenne pepper, and then I just love a little bit of oregano. Okay, so now I'll stuff the bell peppers and we'll show you what that looks like. Wow, I've already tasted this wonderful meat mix. It's got a nice little kick to it. And here are the stuffed bell peppers. And this is what's left of that mix. So what we do is go ahead and add in 3/4 cups of water, 1 cup of quinoa. We'll give it a stir. Again, you could make this on the stove, no problem, easily. But this is just my preferred way to cook. We'll put the trivet. I do not have to cover these bell peppers. I'm just going to put them in. Again, I'm doing this with one hand, but that's how simple it is. Then we'll put the top on, or the lid, I should say. We'll put the lid on. Okay. And then just lock it in place. And we're going to pressure cook only for 1 minute. That's all this calls for. So pressure cook. Custom on high. Adjust it down, okay, to 1 minute. And then confirm, and then we'll press start. And then again, it will take some minutes for this to come up to pressure, and then we'll do an immediate release, because for anything like rice or pasta, and in this case quinoa, we want to do a quick release to get all of that steam out of the way. And we'll show you what that looks like once it beeps and it is done. Okay, the pin has gone down. I got a notification, so I have already vented the steam. The pin has gone down. It took a while for it to come up the pressure. And so as we open, you can see that steam, and I've got some cheese waiting. So what I'll do is top just one of these with some mozzarella cheese. Probably I'll eat this one, the one that's on top. So I'll sprinkle this one with cheese. I think I'll do the other ones, because what I'll do is use these 3 inner pans, and I'll make a serving in each pan later, and then put the whole set in the refrigerator so that each pan will have a ready-made meal ready to reheat. So I'm going to leave this in here for 1 more minute just so the cheese can melt. Then we'll serve it up and we'll taste it. And there you have it. So I separated each pepper out, and some of that quinoa. It was perfect for 3 meals. And then those frozen vegetables, I just took them out of the freezer and just added to each container. So now what we'll do is stack, cover, put the whole set in the refrigerator, and each one of these containers can be put in the bottom of the Instant Pot to reheat. It takes about a minute to come to pressure, and then the whole thing is reheated under pressure, maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. And then what I'll do after it comes to pressure and it's heated through, sprinkle a little bit more cheese on top and enjoy that. So that's how we meal prep using the Instant Pot. Okay, so I had some chopped up cilantro that I sprinkled over the quinoa and the pepper, and I'm serving it up with a little bit of crusty bread. And then let me cut into this pepper, but everything looks and smells so good. I don't know about you, you could use chopped up cilantro, or you could also use parsley, but I love the taste of cilantro. Okay, so now a little bit of the quinoa. Flavored with that meat mixture and vegetable. The texture of the quinoa adds a nice touch. And you know, overnight, so I like to cook once and eat 4 times. So I have 3 more meals that I'll separate into those pans that I showed you earlier. That's a nice bite of that pepper with the meat mixture. Okay. You get the bite of the bell pepper, and then you got all of those wonderful spices. Oh my goodness, to perfection. And the after bite is just a kick, not hot, just a kick of that jalapeno. But it's not hot, it's just a kick. I'm looking forward to doing more multi-dishes in this multi-cooker, Instant Pot Pro. Thank you for joining me today. I don't want to be rude, so I'm going to finish my dinner, and then I got a mess to clean up. But thank you for joining me today. Until next time. On Miles and Coffee, I'm just going to finish the rest of this cheese out. Might as well. Won't put it to waste. And finish eating. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, don't forget to hit the like button And tell me if you think this would be interesting. I'll leave a link to below. And if you try this, you got to let me know. But let me know how you make your bell peppers and what you serve it with, and how you cook yours in your home. Until next time, meal prep on a budget on Miles and Coffee.